So we're in Shirahama, one of Japan's oldest and most famous hot spring resort towns, down in Wakayama Prefecture. It's been drawing visitors for over 1,300 years. Think ancient nobles, samurai, and now us. It's known for three things: white sand beaches, onsen, and seafood. And if you're coming from Osaka, it's only about 2 hours by limited express, so it's very doable as a weekend trip. Anyway, we've just arrived, and yeah, it's raining. Classic. This is the Ekime area, right in front of the bus terminal. Mako Bus runs the local routes here, so if you're coming without a car, this is your hub. And honestly, first impression, it's very Showa. Like this whole strip of covered shopping arcades, the tiled pavement, the old signage. It's got that retro Japanese resort town energy that you just don't see much anymore. A lot of the shops are shuttered. Some look like they've been closed for a while. But there are still a few holdouts. Souvenir shops selling umeboshi and ichiyaboshi, a place advertising Wakayama ramen upstairs, cash only. There's even a K-car rental right here by the station. 660 cubic centimeters cars, hence the name. Perfect for getting around Wakayama. It's quiet, it's a bit gray, but there's something genuinely charming about it, like stepping into a different era. Before we head off, check out that bus that just rolled by. That's the Adventure World shuttle, all wrapped in pandas and giraffes. Adventure World is Shirahama's famous wildlife park. Basically, the reason half the tourists here are clutching panda merch. And right at the intersection, that's the iconic Shirahama Welcome Arch, dolphins jumping, a panda waving you off. Says see you again. Confident we will. One more thing. Beer vending machine out front of this shop, stocked with Kumano Kodo craft ale, only in Japan. All right, we're jumping on the bus to Toretore Ichiba, Shirahama's famous fresh seafood market, about 15 minutes away. All right, we're off the bus and walking over now. You can already see the Toretore Ichiba sign from the road. Hard to miss that giant tuna. And just across the way there, that building with the Tang sign is one of Shirahama's public onsen. Tang just means hot water, basically the universal signal for bath. We'll get to that later. But first, the market. Look at this place. Big parking lot, tour buses lined up, outdoor food stalls, a whole BBQ restaurant attached. This isn't some quiet little fish market. Toretore Ichiba is a proper destination. One of the largest seafood markets in the Kansai region, apparently. So before you even step inside the market, there's already a whole food court happening out here under the red canopy. Pizza, Costa coffee, soft cream. Not exactly what you'd expect at a seafood market, but here we are. The more interesting stuff is deeper in. This whole strip is loaded with Wakayama specialties. That stall over there is selling fresh Mikan juice. Wakayama is actually one of Japan's top mandarin orange producers, so this is legit local. They've also got float sherbet with Wakayama citrus. On a warmer day, that'd be dangerous. Then there's the BBQ stalls, grilled beef, squid, skewers, katsuo tataki, menu boards everywhere you look. It's a lot to take in. And right at the end here, you can see the Toretore BBQ restaurant. That's the orange building. You can buy your seafood fresh from inside the market, bring it out, and they'll grill it for you right there, which is exactly what we're doing. Let's head inside first. All right, we're in. And straight away it splits. Left side is the homage and souvenir section. Right side slopes down into the seafood market. We're going right. The scale of this place hits you immediately. It's loud, it's bright, it's packed with stalls. Flags hanging from the ceiling, neon signs everywhere, vendors calling out. It feels more like a fish market crossed with a festival than a supermarket. Walking through, you've got fresh seafood counter after counter, nightlife. Crab, salmon, scallops, prawns, all laid out on ice. A lot of it is pre-packaged for BBQ, which makes sense given what's waiting outside. And then there's the live tanks. Those are isi ebi, Japanese spiny lobster, one of the most prized seafood in the country. Next to them, kutsuebi, slipper lobster from Wakayama. 3,000 yen per 100 grams. We'll be coming back for the ise ebi, just not yet. There's plenty more to see in here. Let's keep going. Still exploring. This section has a freezer counter branded with a panda, selling namachin mi, which are fresh, rare seafood delicacies. Very Shirahama, very niche. Just past that, there's a sushi counter making fresh rolls in-house. Sanma sushi, that's Pacific sori, a regional thing you won't find easily outside the Kii Peninsula. The BBQ section of the counter is where it gets busy. Everything here is pre-packaged and ready to throw on the grill: salmon, ayu skewers, mixed platters. People are filling their baskets fast. And here, more live tanks. This time it's kagani, hairy crab, from Niigata. 4,000 yen each. Beautiful looking crab. Very out of budget today. Over here, live tanks with isadai and isogakidai, local sea bream caught right off the Kii coast. 300 yen per 100 grams. Actually pretty reasonable for fresh live fish. Behind the counters, they've got these big open holding pools. That's where the stock comes from. Very hands-on operation. Then this stops you in your tracks: sawagani, river crabs from Miyazaki, 50 yen each. You can deep fry them, karaage them, or apparently, the sign actually says, keep them as pets. Bold marketing. Moving along, the oyster section is massive. Iwagaki, giant rock oysters from Shimane, 1,200 yen each. Then hotate scallops from Iwate, multiple sizes, all BBQ ready. And we're back at the ISE EB tank. 1,800 yen per 100 grams. There's even a warning sign telling people to stop grabbing them. Someone had to ruin it for everyone. So we're pushing further in now, and this is where it really opens up. Back at the live tanks, we've got kutsuebi, slipper lobster from Wakayama, going for 1,800 yen per 100 grams. Right next to them, natural wild abalone from Miyagi, 2,000 yen per 100 grams. These are the genuine article, none of the farmed stuff. Then over here, asari clams from Hokkaido, 250 per 100 grams, and the sazai, turban shells from Nagasaki, 800 to 1,500 depending on size. Classic BBQ shellfish. You throw them straight on the grill, they bubble in their own juices, a little soy sauce, that's it. Moving through, this is the dried goods and processed section. Harinari nabe sets, salt-cured whale, all the regional stuff that makes Wakayama its own thing. And then the market floor opens up. Look at this, stalls as far as you can see. The Kindai financier catches the eye. That's a sweet snack made with farmed tuna of all things, from Kindai University's famous aquaculture program. Only in Japan would a university be selling tuna-flavored butter cake at a fish market. We're nearly through the whole floor now. Let's see what's at the end. And this is the main event right here, the GT Sutezi, the tuna butchering stage. A whole bluefin maguro broken down live in front of you. The head sitting in that wooden tub, massive sections of deep red flesh laid out across the counter. That sign says, freshly cut today, and they mean it. This is Nanki Shirahama tuna, caught right off this coast. Coming away from the tuna stage, we cross into the omiyage side of the market. This is where it shifts from fishing village to souvenir hall. Maguro furikake, tuna rice seasoning, the Toretore original blend, 500 yen a bag. Exactly the kind of thing you stuff in your luggage and forget about until someone finds it 6 months later. Further in, there's a full drinks section. Hot canned coffee for 130 yen, Wakayama craft drinks, sake and umishu at the Toretore liquor shop in the back, key local sake, Kishu regional umishu, tax-free if you need it. Then the food court opens up, Toretore Yokocho, the dining alley. Sashimi counter, set meals, people already settled in with their trays. Looks busy even mid-morning. Now, the indoor seafood BBQ area, the Kaizen Yaki corner. All those black lacquer trays stacked up, the grill's ready, but the sign says it clearly. Donichi Shuku Eigyo, weekends and public holidays only. Today's a weekday, so this section is closed. But that's fine. The outdoor BBQ restaurant, the Orange Building, is open. That's where we're heading next. All right, this is where the decisions get made. We're at the BBQ counter now, picking everything we're going to grill. First up, kani miso. That's crab innards served in the shell, packed up, and ready for the grill. 600 to 1,000 yen. It looks a bit confronting, but melted over heat with a little sake, and it becomes one of the richest things you'll ever taste. We're getting that. Next to it, marinated seafood packs, seasoned squid, and octopus, and then a counter of beni sake, sockeye salmon slices. Beautifully pink. Good option if you want something a bit lighter between the heavier shellfish. Now why in the live tank? The ECAB. 1,800 yen per 100 grams. Available for sashimi, BBQ, or both. The staff member reaches in, pulls one out, holds it up. That is our lobster, going straight into the basket. Around the live tank counter, saze, turban shells from Nagasaki, 800 to 1,500 yen depending on size. Natural wild abalone, 2,000 per 100 grams. And tairagi, pen shell, a big fan-shaped shellfish from Aichi, 2,000 yen each. The staff member holds one up so you can see the size. Impressive. Then the big popular sign, hamaguri, surf clams from Kochi and Mie, 500 yen each, hugely popular for the grill. And next to them, the oysters, kaki, 1,200 yen each, all designated for cooking, not raw. The sign specifically says heat only. And finally, hotate, whole shell-on scallops, 450 to 1,200 yen. The sign offers to shuck them for sashimi on the spot if you want to eat them raw instead. We've got our basket loaded, time to head to the grill. And here we are. Grill fired up, beers poured, and the haul laid out on the table. Ise ebi on the black tray, that's our lobster, ready to go. A tairagi sashimi set on the yellow tray, served raw with daikon, that pen shell we saw the staff pull out earlier. Abalone and hotate scallops on the side. This is what we came for. The restaurant is open air, overlooking the car park, not exactly fine dining, but honestly, that's the whole point. Everyone around us is doing the same thing. Market, grill, beer. Let's get this started. After all that, a walk was needed. We followed the coastal road along the bay, gray skies, wet road, but the water's still that incredible blue-green. Even on a miserable day, this coast holds its color. Those rocks right at the waterline are completely covered in wild oysters and shellfish. That's essentially where the ones we just grilled came from. The road winds past manicured hedges and old private homes tucked right against the water. Quiet out here. We'd spotted a fishing spot, Katachi no Suribori, raft fishing on the bay. Sit on a platform over the water and fish for a few hours. Looked great. Shutters down, car park empty. Closed today. We'll have to come back for that one. After the onsen, we wandered into Hama Ginza, Shirahama's nightlife street. It feels completely different from the tourist area around Toretore. That red arch is the entrance, Hama Ginza Gaido. Walk through, and you're in a narrow lane of izakayas, snack bars, and small local restaurants that have been here for decades. This is where the locals drink. First thing that stands out, Tortella, a blue Mediterranean restaurant with a pizza sign and warm amber lighting. A bit unexpected in an onsen town, but it looks genuinely good. Past that, the Moonlight snack bar on the corner, yellow circular sign, old school retro feel, a film screening poster in the doorway. Kitchen Sayama next door with a white Norin and a chalkboard offering drinks plus 3 otsumami for 1,000 yen. That's a serious deal. The lanes split and loop, old machiya shop fronts mixed with concrete buildings. Nagisa beer banner overhead. Quiet now, but you can tell by midnight this place has a very different energy. We're coming back tomorrow for a proper snack bar session. Tonight, just getting the lay of the land. Heading deeper down the Ginza now, past the Nagisa beer banner, that lit-up fairy light pavilion glowing in the middle of the lane. The street is quiet, but the lights are on. Restaurant time. And this is how day 1 ends. Cucumber with miso, cold tofu, 2 kinds of yakitori, and fish on the grill. Simple, local, exactly right. Shirahama, day 1, done.